So I'm going to be doing a vacuum pump on this 2015 Ford F-150. It's an XLT. Now, I already started a little bit of it, and what you do is you take your cover off up here, and it just lifts off after you take your oil cap off. Now you got this little vacuum line going all the way over to your power brake booster, and it actually has a little check valve there, runs over here to the intake, but you're going to take off this end off the vacuum pump, and all you do on this is you push that little white tab in, and sometimes you push in, like push down on it and push the tab and then lift it off. Usually kind of breaks them loose. So I haven't done one of these yet, but this is gonna be a first, and from doing it above or from above, I mean, I'm sure you can probably, but I'm kind of going about it a different way because I do have this topside creeper, but he also has a bull bar on the front of this thing which holds me out quite a ways, and I've decided to take off the fender liner, which you're gonna need a 5.5 socket for the little bolts here that go around, and there's two that were in this. I took them out, and then there's like, maybe I think there was like a clip here that's pushed in, you just pop it out, and there was another push pin somewhere over here, I don't know. But if you ever need to get to your windshield wiper motor, there it is. That's an easy job if you need to get that done. Just take the fender liner out. That took a matter of 5 minutes, I think, but we are doing this right here, which I've already got one bolt disconnected. Goes right there, and I think there is, let's see if we can get to the back side of this thing. Kind of the back side of it. So you don't take the screws out right now. Those are just holding the backing plate on the vacuum pump. So I think there's about, to me it looks like 2, 3, like 4 bolts holding that thing on. So I'm gonna try to get those reached through here, which for me I think is going to be an easier option than trying to plank on top of this thing. And this is the kit that looks like the O-ring for probably the backing plate. That probably, I'm guessing, is the one going onto the back of the head, and that was all that came in this. Looks like he ordered it probably from Amazon, which came directly from China. So you got 2 little O-rings and 2 big ones. So anyway, let me get this taken off and we'll see how it goes. Okay, I got all 3 bolts out, and I think I'm gonna have to pry this up so it's not in my way. Got it to move a little bit. Give it a little bit of a nudge. There we go. There is a little RTV on the sides, I think. Yeah, I think we got another line in the way. almost out. Some line that is catching on this backside. Okay, so we got it loose there. Get that out of the way. Alright, here we are. So that is the way it was facing. So we don't want to turn that. This little thing is going to have to line up, but I think that's the small O-ring. Got one there. RTV was there and there. Looks like we got a dead moth. But you can see right in here, it's positively leaking right in here. Not sure if it was leaking on this back side, but we're going to take it out anyway. Alright, so let's get this thing cleaned up. So I'll see if I can get you guys in here. See, that's where it goes. There's the slot that it's supposed to be in, and that little oil tube sticking out of it goes right in the middle of that. So you got to line that back up when you get this thing pushed back on there. I already cleaned around the edges, and now we just have to clean up the pump. So I think what I'm going to do, I'll dig that little O-ring out, scrape this old RTV off, but I'm also going to mark a spot. So I know where I need to put the RTV, and that's going to be this one directly across from that one, which actually, if you just go base it off of this tab right there in the middle, you put one there, and that should be it. Or you can put it onto the head side. Not quite sure what I'm going to do yet, but those are the spots that the RTV will go. Alright, got a little pick here. Figure I'd show this, but I'm going down in there, pulling this out, and this little rubber seal is hard. Like, this motor obviously runs pretty hot. I mean, so you can go like that and it doesn't go back. That's probably not good, considering the new one you go like that and it goes back. So that was our problem on this. Get this cleaned up. RTV is way softer than the gasket was. Okay, so I pulled the back of this off. That is where your large O-ring goes. You can see some wear where that thing has been spinning around, creating vacuum. So we're going to clean that up. I'm going to keep the oil in this. We don't want to put it back on dry and wait for it to have to pump oil into it. At least I think that's the best option. But this little O-ring has to come out of there. This one is not nearly as bad as the one that went onto the head. Alright, so let me clean the back side up and install the O-ring, and we will put this thing back together and start working on lining it back up, because that's probably not gonna line up again. Not easily. We'll see. Hopefully we get lucky. This backing plate honestly just seems like a really crappy design to be having something rubbing on this type of metal that is obviously not that thick. But you know, I guess as long as your oil's good, it'll last a while. But they definitely didn't make this to last forever. Not that anything is, but they definitely could have done a little better job. Alright, now, which way was this? Like that. Okay, let me get the O-ring in there. Alright, so we got the O-ring back in, a couple dabs of silicone, and I actually put a couple dabs up there where it goes. Alright, so I think the hardest part is going to be getting that little limp thing to actually go where I need it to go. We're going to try and get this thing shoved up in there. I'm going to hold that wire out of the way. So that's it right there. Now I just got to get a bolt and not let go of that thing. Oop. Get one of these ran in somewhat snug so it does not let it tip backwards. There we go. So if you can get it to that pin, just that little gap, you know you're seated. Now you just gotta tighten it in. And my bolts. So that is it. We got it back on. All I gotta do is connect my vacuum brake booster hose and put on this fender liner, and that is it. Fender liner is back in. All the little 5.5 heads, little push pins, one there, one there, one there, and those two there are done. So now we just gotta connect the, there is nothing metal up here, guys. Oh, there's a bolt that's metal. So gotta actually drop this down some so I can reach over to get that. Alright, that's what I was saying about this front grill thing. And let's see, we can get this thing clicked back on. Golly. That's on. And we gotta put the engine cover on. Which we got right here. So we gotta get the oil cap off to lay that back in there. Oil cap right there. Some little hooks back here. Oh, come on. I think that's on. As long as this goes back on, that is the main thing. Alright, so realistically, all you need is a small flex head ratchet, 1/4 inch drive with an 8mm, a 5.5mm to take out the other things, some form of little pry hook bar, a pick, and I forget what Torx bit that was for taking the other screws out. That was a T25 Torx, and some RTV, and you can pretty much do this job at home. You don't necessarily need a lift. I just used the lift to get it up off the ground so I could turn the wheels easily without starting it, because I was already into taking it apart. But hopefully this helps somebody and saves you some money on doing it yourself if you have the tools and the know-how. So anyway guys, I will catch y'all in the next video, and hopefully life doesn't keep me too busy and I will get some more uploads done.